it speaks, and what is resilience? It's simply the ability to bounce back from a setback. So, are you bouncing back, or have you shut down completely? There's no one who can really escape this. You know, you might see people live their lives as if everything is perfect, and then you sit back and criticize and judge yourself and think that your life is, you know, plagued or cursed in some way because you keep having different, you know, experiences that are not that pleasant. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to start learning how to bounce back. And each time you go down, I want you to pick up the lessons. I want you to pick up the lessons, because when you do pick the lessons, the falls will not be as rampant. Have you thought about it like that? The falls won't come so rampant, so often, because you're now growing. But if you don't grow, then you're going to keep, you know, falling and rising and falling. The same cycle over and over, because you've not learned emotional intelligence. You'll keep having issues with people. You've not learned adversity intelligence. You'll keep falling and then not wanting to show up again in life. So, bounce back. Today's motivation is bounce back. That is called resilience. Ability to bounce back after a setback.
Thank you so much, Mema, for that thoughtful, inspirational, motivational talk you've given to us this morning. And we have been well motivated enough to start our day's activities. And moving on our show, let's bring our exercise segment for you. That was our Keep Fit segment, and we know you had joined in to do some exercise. Yes, every morning make it a habit to do some exercise, even from the comfort of your home. Make it a habit, because the importance of exercise can never be overemphasized. It keeps you away from the hospital, and it makes you fit every day for everyday's activities, of course. Yes, we are going on our very first break on the show this morning, where we'll come back to more on the show. Good morning, Abuja. Please stay with us.
I welcome you on today's ride on the show. Good morning, Abuja.
This is Window on Abuja.
We have everything it takes to compete with any nation all across the world.
How do we make it? We are not ready to produce.
We've been contributing to the development of your kingdom.
Hello and welcome to Young Hearts. Our focus today will be on hepatitis B. Ladylike!
This is Entertainment Gist.
Good to know you have rejoined us again on the program Good Morning Abuja, and it is showing only on the Unity Station NTA Channel 5. We have a guest with us in the studio and want to talk about humanitarian intervention. You know, the joy to which you have when you give back to the society can be so fulfilling. And this morning we want to talk about inmate rehabilitation. Their foundation has gone all out to rehabilitate these people that the society has tagged hopeless. Yes, there is nobody that is hopeless. There is a gift that God Almighty has given every one of us. When we identify our gift and we put it to use, we will be fine for it. This morning, help me welcome a humanitarian who is also a director of programs, Shami's Unusual Heart Foundation. He is Shadrach Oka. Shadrach, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, madam, for having me
today. Good to see you this morning.
Thank you, the pleasure.
Yes, humanitarian intervention. You know, when we talk about inmate rehabilitation, I'm like, why did you decide to go into rehabilitating these people?
Thank you very much, madam, for that question. We have that almost always in all of our outings.
Okay.
For us at Shamis Unusual Heart Foundation, there are two principal reasons why we went into rehabilitation of inmates and the returning citizens, as we refer to them as convicts. One of the reasons is personal to the executive director and founder of the foundation, Dr. Ambassador Sarah Abdul. It's a personal experience she had growing up as a teenager. First, the older brother was wrongly accused of stealing, was not guilty of the offense. So as a teenager growing up, she felt if this had happened, it means it is not everybody in the prison confines that are guilty of the crime. The second reason is that statistically from the National Correctional Center, we have over 84,000 inmates. About 57,222 are awaiting trials. Some, by experience, some of them await trial between 5 to 12 years. What do you do when 10 years is taken out of your life or the crime you never committed? Hopeless and abandoned. Your dream is cut short. So we felt by intervening, giving hope to such people and carrying out activities that inspires hope so that by the time they leave the prison confine or correctional service, they'll be better used in the society. So that's the major reason.
Very good job you're doing. Now, how you've been meeting with these people one-on-one, how do you further equip them emotionally? Because there is a tag on them by the society. How do you equip them to be emotionally fit to face the world again?
Well, as part of the activities, we are not in this alone. Most NGOs that carried out activities or foundation to these correctional centers are gifted in various areas. Some of us do intervention on the physical aspect. We train them, equip them in terms of skills and talent. Other people are good with the psychological therapy. So what we do, we partner with other sister agencies that ensure these people, their orientation in terms of their mindset, to prepare them before they come out. For us, it's not just about equipping them or giving them skits or startup skits after they have been trained. We also help them to undergo this therapy by some institutions that are gifted in these areas to take care of their emotional well-being by the time they exit from the correctional service centers.
Okay. Now, the next question is, what area specifically do you go all out to equip these people?
Very well. For instance, there are some of them who their passion is to go to school.
Okay.
What we do, the correctional center, we bless God for the great work the CG is doing, Haliru Nababa, especially in education. They partner with the National Open University. So, like I said, I have on record some of them who started taking lectures, they write WAEC, they pass, write JAM, they pass, have their first degree, have their master's degree. One is even doing his PhD and is a lecturer today. So that is one area. Other people have been trained in barbing, soap making, and other facilities. In fact, currently today, I think they'll be commissioning the shoe factory at Aba, in the Aba division of the correctional service. So these are areas where we identify with them. We are able, when we raise funds, to be able to deploy them in those areas to train them, both while they are in the prison or in the correctional centers, and those who have exited. We also organize them and continue in the process of training.
Okay, talking about continuity in the process of training, how do you get to supervise these people to ensure they are in line with the training you're giving?
Okay, fine. Our foundation, actually, we don't deal with condemned prisoners. It's just people with minor offenses. Because by record, sometimes people go to prison for as menial as 20,000 naira. They are there. Some steal generators, some steal fans, and they are in fact also a particular example of somebody who came to Abuja, Suleja to be precise, for greener pasture, a driver. The very first trip he went, the way bill he took was fish that somebody wants to use for a party. The vehicle got spoiled for 2 days and the fish rotting. And before you know, he was already sentenced to prison. We got him there after he had spent over 7 months. We were able to pick that person out, pay the fine, settle all of those bills, and return him back to the driving business that he is doing. So you discover that some of these people have just little of such offenses, we're able to take care of them. By the time they come out, we have records of people like I've just mentioned here. We put up a monitoring mechanism where we follow up with them. We have a particular lady in Lagos, Krikri prison. She was staying with the auntie, and she took in, and the auntie pursued her from the house. A neighbor took her in, but on the day of delivery, she absconded after putting to bed and ran away, leaving the bills behind. The woman was arrested. By the time she was arrested, she was sentenced to Krikri prison. Her daughter was taken away from her. When we got there, we paid the fine, settled all of those bills, and brought her out. What do we need to do afterwards? We had to establish her in a little thing she's doing, get money, get rent for her. But we're in the process of reuniting her with her child because the Lagos state government have to take the child away from her. So,
well,